Welcome to your weekend focus for September the 14th, the 15th, and the 16th, 2018. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. Truly, thank you. So let's turn to the cards and see what they say about the energy that we are heading towards for the weekend. Now, we know that the sun is in Virgo. The moon, I think we believe on Friday we have the moon in Scorpio for most of the day, but then it flips over into Sagittarius and we have that weekend of seeking the adventure and being a little whimsical in our actions and seeking fun, enjoyment, also a truth, a collective truth. We're not so worried about the details. You know, it's the big picture, it's the collective, it's learning, it's growing. So there's a little bit of spontaneity. We're looking for new adventures. So relax, have some fun. Look at the big picture. Don't worry too much about the details because Virgo will pull you back to those details. Enjoy the energy of the moon a little bit. Look at this, we have the High Priest. Well, the High Priest says we want to go within. We want to, we see our knowledge this weekend. We see our knowledge. We tap into our knowledge and it brings us kind of back into balance of where we're going, what steps we're taking. It brings us back a little bit, maybe to, I want to say patience. So maybe Saturn is having some influence this weekend with us, but to make the plan, to acknowledge our talents, our abilities, what we can do, the things that we have, the knowledge we have in order to move ourselves forward. And so we can easily tap into that part of ourselves. I think there's a confidence here. You might be thinking about a project or something that you want to accomplish, complete, move forward with, and all of a sudden you think, you know what? Joe down the street, I think he knows something about that. Maybe he knows somebody who could help me, or maybe he's got some knowledge about that. And all of a sudden you're collaborating, you're coming together. And then the knowledge coming together just enhances everybody's abilities and talents and what they bring to the table, and you create masterpieces. So know your own truth, know your own knowledge, or what you know. There's no self-doubt here this weekend, or there shouldn't be, where I can't do this, I'm not smart enough, I'm not tall enough, I'm not whatever enough. No, you got what it takes. So how do you utilize that going forward? Maybe you need to team up with somebody. And yes, if we sit in a little bit of reflection or contemplation, although with the Sag energy, I think it's going to pop out of the air a little bit more. All of a sudden you have this, I could do this, I could do that. Your intuition starts to talk to you. Your subconscious comes to the conscious. And the High Priest is sitting right next to the High Priest. Wow. This is a weekend. We're going to feel more in balance. I mean, look at both of these cards, please, together, okay? Because if we were sitting at home at the kitchen table, you'd be looking at them as much as me. That's why I try and hold them up. I forget all the time to hold them up so you can really see them. But look at that. They're both sitting in complete balance, confident in who they are, our wisdom, and then our talents, our abilities, our magic within. I think we were very recently asked to go within and seek the magic that's inside, to sit in contemplation and reveal the magic. And there's been times where we've had to sit there and reveal our own wisdom to ourselves. And now these two are coming together. So, by the end of this weekend, we're going to be, making decisions, and we're going to know that the decisions we are making are right. So, yes, have a patience a little bit with this weekend and know that everything's coming together, even if it seems like complete chaos in your life right now. So it's having faith. It's having faith in yourself, your talents, your abilities, but also faith in God, your angels, your spirit guides, source, whatever you call that divine energy that helps us move forward, that supports us each and every day. So, what's our opposition here? Oh, look at who's our conflict is here. The Page of Pentacles. Oh, she's been out dancing around too. We kind of felt this youthful energy, didn't we? We can do it. We're dancing, we're celebrating, we're seeing the big picture. And so I don't think we're going to be able to do that as much. I think, if anything, this card is saying with the High Priest first and then the High Priestess second, and then we have the Page of Pentacles in, I like to call, detriment. It just doesn't like where it is, okay? So we're not feeling that freedom. We're not feeling that excitement. We're not feeling that exuberance. And I think it's more about we don't get illusional about our plans forward. We get a little bit more down to earth. We get, yeah, our brains are on fire with knowing what is right, what is fantasy, what is doable, what is tangible, and it doesn't make the dream smaller, right? Because we still have the Page of Pentacles here, so we have to honor that energy as well. But it might not be as easy to get there. You know, we're already seeing the blossoms on the tree. We're already ready to, get the bushel baskets and collect the fruit in the fall. We're excited about our tomorrow. And so I think those things are still in place. But so a patience is needed, definitely. Once again, patience comes out. The Eight of Swords. The numerology for the weekend is Friday is a 7, Saturday an 8, and Sunday is a 9. So 9s are about completions. 9s are about getting ready to step into new beginnings, understanding some stuff. The Moon in Sag can help us gain new perceptions, maybe within a relationship, a situation, possibly about yourself, your behaviors, your habits. What has been limiting you? What has been holding you back? What has not allowed you to move forward in the way you wanted? And you felt trapped. You felt like there weren't any decisions to be made, or choices, or true choices, or you don't see avenues where there is choice. It can be not seeing a situation correctly, a relationship correctly, a viewpoint correctly, your own viewpoint. Maybe you've always thought that you couldn't because, and fill in the blank. And all of a sudden your perception changes on a dime and you go, wait a minute, I can do this, and I can do this. And that's those 3 things that I need, qualities that I need in order to go forward in this way. Of course I can go forward. You get the aha moments, I think, the epiphanies here. Okay, so we're bound, we're tied, we're blindfolded. We don't know where we are. We know that there's something caging us in, holding us back, and we can't put a name on it. We can't put a label on it yet. And so our feet, though, are not tied. So we're going to start kicking our feet here. We're going to be, and yeah, your foot might get hurt, okay? You're going to get a little nick when you hit one of those swords, but you're going to realize it's a sword, and you can cut those ropes, and then once you free your hands, you can lift that blindfold. And you see that those swords weren't in the ground that deep anyways. You could have just walked over them. And you see that there's no swords behind you, that the path towards your castle, your dream, your goal, your desire is closer than you ever imagined. So, something happens in your world this weekend that allows you to see the path clearly ahead. And our final card is, look at this, Justice comes out. My daughter phoned and she said she was doing something on November 11th, and she goes, yeah, and I said, so she goes 11/11/18. I go, no honey, it's 11/11/11. So Because what are you talking about, Mom? I got the numerology. So if you take 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 8, you come up with an 11. And that's the Justice card. So we understand what we need to cut out of our lives a little clearer. We have a better understanding by the end of the weekend. We understand how to bring in the balance a little bit better. We sit with the confidence. And we make some new commitments to ourselves. We plant some new seeds to grow because we've made some decisions, and probably excellent decisions. And, with the moon in Sag, our outlook is so broad. So we see where we can step where we didn't even see a path before. So the energy is really supporting that. So it's really, utilizing your sage wisdom and the magic that lays within you. And know that the gifts, the talents, the abilities that you possess are enough right now to go forward. And look at the possibilities of what you can do. Let's get 5 of Fire was stuck to the... Should we look at 5 of Fire? It was stuck to the book. I think we need to. I put it back in though. I put it back in, and yet I'm being told that read the book. So we're just going to read it fast, okay? And I don't even know if you even saw it that well. Okay? Creative brainstorming, unity and diversity, honoring differences. I have the freedom to explore the ideas that seem the most far-fetched. What seems crazy today proves tomorrow to be brilliant. Know that every genius was once called crazy, dumb. Okay? They were all laughed at. Okay? And so a reporter asked Thomas Edison what he thought of failing at 99 attempts of the light bulbs. And he was on his 100th try now at this point, so he's having an interview. And he goes, I haven't failed. I just haven't figured out the right way forward. So I just haven't figured out the right way yet. I haven't failed yet. I fail when I stop trying. So, anyways. Like a child willing to stretch her imagination when a new playmate comes into the garden, I open to new people and new ideas. Intrigued by what is novel and unfamiliar, this is a time for what is counterintuitive, for appreciating the ideas from out in left field and what they might have to offer. So honor your dreams, your hopes, your desires, your goals. Absolutely. How fitting for this reading. No wonder I had to read it. Okay, so we'll pick another card. Who knows? It might be the same card. It's the Messenger of Water appearing for us. The Messenger of Water. Romantic attraction, admiration, seeing the best in others, heightened emotional awareness, a call to fall in love within yourself, with yourself, well, within. I need to look for the best in others and honor it even when it seems a challenge to do so. My attractions stem from self-love and a knowledge that I am part of all love, which takes many forms, each exquisite in its own way. I can have what I desire. There is no need for jealousy, for anger, for resentment, or fear when I am love, and love flows into me powerfully. You need to honor who each person is. None of us are better or worse than our next door neighbor, the person who stands beside you, the person halfway across the earth. We all have gifts. We all have abilities. And to accept it, even if it's not part of your beliefs, if it's their beliefs, you need to respect and honor that in others. Their gifts, their talents. And still be true to yours, not to sway, to speak your mind. My attractions stem from self-love. So it all starts with loving yourself and a knowledge that I am part of all love, which takes many forms, each exquisite in its own way. You can always find the beauty of a person, of a situation. Sometimes it's a lot harder to find it, absolutely. And sometimes we don't realize the beauty that came out of some things in our life. So, and one more is the Four of Earth. The Four of Earth appears. But I'll stop there because one flew out. The Five of Fire. The Five of Fire flew out. Okay, the Four of Earth. I love the way they talk. Okay. The Four of Earth. Ownership. Beauty of divine order. Trusting in a solid foundation. Even if I feel shaken up and unable to understand why things happen as they do, I know for certain that divine order manifests in all aspects of my life. What I have built rests on a solid foundation, so there is no need to fear. While it is true that nothing is forever in the material world, I find security in the existence of a divine plan. So have a belief, have a faith right now. Just see what shows up. Just walk forward. I think you'll be amazed at where you'll end up. I'm exactly where I'm meant to be for my highest good and for the highest good of all. And that I always have abundance available to me and know that it's there. Okay? The problem with so many people is they truly don't buy into it's waiting for you. So expect it. Whatever abundance is for you. Let's get an animal, shall we? So, and I think we are, very much making the connections with others. And it's very much an energy about honoring your own stance, your beliefs, your values, your traditions, but also giving respect to the other person who believes just as strongly. So long as it's in the highest good of all, right? Stretch your neck out. The giraffe. The giraffe hasn't been coming out at all. If you watch me, I couldn't remember the last time the giraffe came out, but here is the giraffe again saying, stretch your neck out. Stretch, strength, intuition, mobility, yoga, clairvoyant. Sometimes we expect more from others because we would be willing to do that much for them. Giraffe is reminding you to be careful of who you allow within your circle. Giraffe has a close-knit group with family and friends. And when there is someone who disrupts the dynamics of the relationship, Giraffe is quick to change it. Whether it's their long necks, their legs, or just simply their personalities, giraffes are known for their clairvoyant abilities, the ability to see clearly through people, problems, and sometimes even into the future. This uncanny intuitive is a message that you too have the ability of intuition if you practice trusting in the messages that you receive. Quiet your mind is the key to listening to your intuition, and yoga is found to be beneficial in the practice. Since giraffes only sleep 2 or 4 hours, they must have physical and emotional strength, and yoga can help you gain strength needed to gift you spiritual and physical mobility. So taking care of the mind, taking care of the spirit, taking care of the body. It's all important right now. Taking care of you. And sometimes we do expect more from others because that's what we would do. And so we have to understand that that's who they are. And then make a decision on whether or not they're going to be in your circle going forward. And perhaps they have many other things that you just adore about them. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.